Yo, what's going on, guys? And today, Boban Marjanovic is going to stay on the Rockets. Let's talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you think of Boban? The Mavericks thought he was 22. Or what was it? He's 22, and then the Mavericks thought he was 18. If you guys get that, that's a hustle reference that I just butchered. Like and subscribe. Dog just came in the room. The Rockets are keeping Boban Marjanovic. I want to hear your thoughts down below. So the Rockets traded Wood because he no longer fit with the team's timeline as they're rebuilding, and they acquired a first-round pick, which they were coveting for him. Now the Rockets are weighing to keep Boban as one of the centers on the roster, part of their rotation. While they're not expected to keep other players in the deal, meaning Marquese Chriss, Sterling, Brown, and Trey Burke will be free agents. Let me hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of that? Them keeping Boban. Hey, I 100% think the only reason they're keeping Boban, besides that, like, his per 36 minute stats are ridiculous, it's because of the marketing. I think Boban brings in just as much awareness to the team for like his brand, because if you guys go on to Google Trends, whenever his commercial airs on a primetime NBA game, he's the #1 searched player. I'm just saying. In other news, we'll go over here because I think we'll just put together these two Rockets news. After trading Christian Wood to Dallas, now Houston's trying to find a deal for Eric Gordon, with the Rockets widely known to be seeking a first-round pick as well for Gordon, like they were able to get for the Wood deal, which I've been saying for months. This is via Mark Stein, and the last news was, my apology, shout out your journalist, you need to always, the Jonathan Feigen of the Houston Chronicle. So shout out both of those journalists. Again, as a journalism student, I want to give all my credit to the sources. Now, Eric Gordon. Man, oh man, where does Eric Gordon go? Because if you guys agree with me, Eric Gordon, it's the contract that, for me, is the hardest thing to trade about him. Eric Gordon is still what? He's getting paid another 18? This coming year, 19.5. Damn. And that's the thing. Houston would have been a good team to trade him for, because they could have sent them Davis Bertans in that deal and another first-round pick. That would have been, I would have been like, oh, that's a good deal for the Mavericks if they sent 2 first-round picks for Wood and Gordon, and they sent Davis Bertans included with all those other players. That would have been a great deal. But now, you got to look at the NBA player salaries, and that'll give you an idea of who they could trade for, that who's like obviously worse. So you got to find a guy who is worse, significantly worse than Eric Gordon, who's on a terrible contract that they can attach a first round pick to, so then the Rockets can buy that guy out. Similar how the Thunder have done over the years with acquiring players that teams no longer want and eventually buying them out. Kemba Walker. They traded out Horford, but you get the point that I'm making. Now, Eric Gordon's making 19.5, similar to Aaron Gordon, Jared Allen, Mikal Bridges, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jeremy Grant, Buddy Hield, Tim Hardaway Jr., Bojan Bogdanovic, Lonzo Ball. Okay. Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe makes 19.3. Could you convince the Portland Trailblazers, if they strike out on everybody, getting John Collins, etc., this, and if they do trade the 7th pick for either Jeremy Grant or John Collins, and they need, and Zach LaVine's likely to re-sign to the Bulls, so he's not in the running, and if they don't get a guy, would they trade a first-round pick for Eric Gordon, future one, assuming that they trade the 7th one for an immediate help right now, and they package it with Eric Bledsoe? Because then you can waive Eric Bledsoe. He's only due 3.9 guaranteed, but it's a 19.3, almost $19.4 million salary. That means you basically save $15 million right there and get a first-round pick. I'm doing that, and I spilt my coffee. Fuck me. That's why you don't get excited with half a cup of fucking coffee. I'm so sorry if I... Or Joe Harris had multiple ankle surgeries. Would the Brooklyn Nets send you Joe Harris and a first-round pick? But Joe Harris, you would want to hope that he comes back to form. Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier. He was like just nothing for them this past year, the Knicks. Like, just bad. He wasn't nothing, but he shot 39%, 14 points. I don't know. Like, I like Evan Fournier, but Evan Fournier at times is just mid. That's the video.